What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I'm here tonight for the review for Real Housewives of Potomac Season 4, Episode 17, and the episode was titled Unanswered Questions. So without further ado, you guys, go ahead and just jump right into the video. Alright, so we're actually going to start the episode up with Monique. Since Monique didn't have anything in this episode, it's just going to be easy to kind of breeze through Monique's scene. Probably won't even take me a minute. So we do see Monique. She and her kids, they're back in Potomac, and they're out fishing. You know, she and Chris are enjoying it, but little Christopher and little Melania, I think that's the little girl's name, they not feeling it, which, you know, they're 5 and 3, I believe. So, of course, the kids are not going to be feeling that situation. So, that's it for Monique. And like I said, it wasn't going to take a minute. It took 30 seconds. So, moving on to the trip in the Cayman Islands. Alright, so the episode, we're open. We're looking for Katie. So, you know, Giselle is talking to Candace and Ashley, asking how they saw Katie. And, you know, Candace is like, yeah, you know, me and Karen went up to her room last night. But the strange thing was, she was dressed like she was leaving. And I'm like, thank you. Nobody caught the fact, like Karen nor Candace caught the fact that she was dressed as if she was getting ready to head to the airport. So Giselle is just like, you know, Katie didn't check out with the hotel staff. She didn't let any of the girls know that she was leaving, so she's just frantic and worried about her, which I completely 100% understand that. You guys are in a different country. You guys are in a different country, so yeah. But so then, you know, she calls Robin. She asks Robin, like, Robin, have you saw Katie? And she's like, no, I haven't saw Katie. But then she's like, wait a minute, there's somebody at my door. But it wasn't Katie. It was housekeeping coming to her door. So, you know, then Ash like, well, you know what? You know, Robin did have a conversation with Katie, and she did ask Katie if she might have been pregnant. But girl, that ain't the reason why Katie would have left. But I get where I understand where she was trying to come from. But so then Karen comes out, and you know, Giselle asks Karen, has she saw her? She says, no, I haven't saw her since last night. And she says the same thing that Candace said. You know, she looked like she was getting ready to leave, but no, I didn't saw her. And then Karen's like, and then that's when Giselle's like, well, you know, Katie, we can't find her. We don't know where she is. And then, you know, Karen said, well, you know what? If she left, I'm not surprised. Like, the way that Ashley treated her, I don't blame her for leaving. And then Ashley tries to get offended, and even Giselle gets offended. I'm like, Ashley did treat that girl horribly. Like, are we not going to act like Ashley didn't treat her like shit at that when they were having that conversation? Like, fuck out of here. So then, you know, Giselle's like, okay, let's me and you, Karen, go try to, you know, go to the hotel staff and see if we can find her. Karen's like, girl, I'm gonna go get me some tea. And then, you know, she gets in her feelings about Karen going to get some tea. I'm like, wait a minute. So you getting upset because a woman wants to go get some tea? Giselle, you will find any reason to get mad at Karen. Like, that's all you want to do is just find any little thing to get mad at the woman for. Like, it's so fucking stupid. So then, Robin comes down. So Robin says, you know what, let me call Jacob to see if Jacob has heard from her. So she calls Jacob. Jacob's answered the phone, and then Giselle said, which phone is it? I'm like, okay, Giselle, I get it. Funny. So Jacob says, you know, he hasn't heard from Katie since midnight, and, you know, so he doesn't know anything. But as soon as he finds out, he will definitely let them know. So then we see Giselle and Robin. They go to, you know, to the staff, the desk staff. And, you know, she's like, my friend has checked out, but no one knows anything. So then I think one of the producers came up to him and said, you know, the security knows where she is. And then they go up to the security and they ask security, can they be on camera? And I guess security must have said yes. So, that, you know, Giselle was like, so have y'all found Katie? They said yes. She was like, where did y'all find her at? And then they went to the commercial break. Like, we know where Katie is. Katie is at the airport, and they confirmed that. Katie went to the airport. What happened is when Katie got to the airport, she changed her flight. So that triggered, you know, the booking agent, which triggered production, which triggered, you know, security to go check on her. But Katie has officially left the Cayman Islands. And, which I'm like, again, I'm not surprised. The way, especially, like what Karen said, the way that Ashley came at her, like, are you fucking serious? Like, come on. Y'all gotta know that girl is not in the best mental state at this point. Maybe she is. Who knows? But it was just really the way that Ashley treated her. For me, I think that's really what the main thing was, the way that Ashley treated her. All right, so we get the day's event started. So looks like the girls are gonna go horseback riding in the water, which was interesting. So Giselle tells the girls that hey, production they did find Katie, and they found her. And again, the reason why she was found is because her flight, she changed her flight, which alerted everybody in production and the security. So then Ashley's like, well, I'm not really here for going on this horseback riding because I feel like that is inhumane. She feel like it's inhumane when we use animals for pleasure and not for utility. And everybody made the same, especially Candace. Like, so you're okay with killing emu, kangaroo, whatever other animals you were selling at Oz, but you feel like it's inhumane to ride a horse. Okay, Ashley, if you say so. If you say so. So we see them all. They get on their horses, and they tell them when they get in the water that they would have to go bareback on the horse. Ooh. So they start bucking. They start riding horses. Now Giselle's horse pees, and I'm like, God damn, that horse really peed. So eventually Giselle's like, you know what? Forget it. I'm off. So that leaves Karen. That leaves Candace. That leaves Robin. And then Karen gets on, they get in the water, and then out of nowhere, Karen's horse wants to fight with another horse, and Karen's like, oh, no, 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 no. I have got to get over here. Oh, hell no. Get me off of this horse. I did like my girl Roxanne did with the stroke face for Karen. So yeah, Karen goes back, and that's it for Karen. So the only people left on the horseback is Robin and Ms. Candace. And that was it for the horseback riding. There wasn't really much to it. So then we do see the girls. They split up into different groups. So there were two different activities they were going to do. One group was going to go into the caves, and another group was going to go on a submarine excursion. So the ones that did the caves was Robin, Karen, and Ashley. And when they went to the caves, they freaked out because of the bats. Now I know bats are not harmed. They're not what we make. They're depicted in horror films. Bats don't bite you. Well, I guess you. I don't know. Bats. From what I've read about them, bats don't attack people like they make them seem in the movies. And actually, what, that is true because I've been around some bats at night. Didn't really know it was a bat, but they just fly. They just fly, like they just fly in the sky, and they'll come by you, but they won't attack you. So then so Candace and Giselle are in the submarine excursion. So Candace is telling Giselle that yoga with Ashley went really well, but she just worries if all is good with Michael and Ashley. I'm like, why are you worried about Michael and Ashley again? Worry about your marriage, please. That's all I'm gonna say is worry about your marriage. So then with the other girls, they're talking to Karen. They're asking Karen like, so where do you see Landam in 5 years? She says she sees it in all the big retailers, which I know currently it's in Bloomingdale's, and I think in a month or so, because I follow her on Instagram, I think pretty soon it'll be in a Bloomingdale's in Atlanta, because she just posted about it a few days ago. And then Rob was like, so is it just a rollerball? Like, do you ever have a big bottle or something? Will you eventually have a bottle? She says, I already have one. I feel like, a part of me feels like Robin was being shady toward Karen, but Karen was combating her shade, with letting her know, girl, I got this. Like, I got this done, I got that done. And I hope everything works out for Karen with Landam. I really, truly do. Like, I like to see our black brothers and sisters succeed. So I definitely wish the best for Karen. All right, so then they go to dinner for the night, and once they're at dinner, they call, they miss Monique, so they call Monique on FaceTime, and Monique is like, wait a minute, where is Katie? And they're like, oh, girl, Katie gone back home. Ashley ran her off, and Ashley's talking about how she felt played by Katie. I'm like, you felt played by Katie, but you are, I get it, but you went in so deep at Katie, but you the one that felt played by her, right? So then Giselle wants to say something to Karen about, for not saying anything about the way that Katie was dressed when they went to her room the night before. And I'm just like, really, Giselle? Again, you are grasping at straws when it comes to Karen. Like, it's obvious and it's evident that you have nothing, so you just gonna try to grasp at straws when it comes to Karen. Like, that shit is stupid as fuck to me. Then, they start having shots, and oh baby, was Karen feeling them shots? Because she was talking about at her anniversary party when Uncle as my girl Roxanne calls him, Uncle Jessup, Ray, Grandpa Ray. She was talking about the way he was kissing her, and then they showed that kiss. I'm like, ew, why did y'all have to show that kiss? It was nasty. And she's talking about you gotta suck on the tongue. I'm like, ugh. Because she did all that. I'm like, nope, Karen, very good. Very good. So then as they leave the, dinner and they go back to the hotel, Karen is talking to Ashley because, Ashley's talking about Karen she had a good time with her. And Karen says, you know what, when it comes down to Michael, Ashley, I got to be honest with you. I want Michael to be vindicated. And Ashley's like, but he's already been vindicated. Karen's like, not just because the case was thrown out of court, that does not mean that he was innocent or he was guilty. The case was just thrown out, and I got exactly where Karen was coming from, because I feel like I do feel like it happened. 100% I feel like it happened. But my thing is, when it comes down to it, I feel like maybe Michael or production or somebody paid that man off for him to let it go. That's what I feel. So Michael technically was not vindicated, because vindication would have came from him going to trial, him being proven innocent, not having the case thrown out. That does not mean that Michael was not innocent. That doesn't mean he was innocent. That doesn't mean he was guilty. But I definitely 100% get where Karen was coming from. And then Ashley wants to argue with Karen. Like, Karen is just telling you what she feels. And for you to get into your feelings is kind of stupid. Like, for real. I just thought it was dumb, being honest with you guys. But Ashley, Ashley likes to, throw stones and hide her hands. Like, she can point out this and this and that with Candace. She can point this and this and that with Karen. She can point this and this and this out with Monique. She can point this out with Robin, Giselle, etc., etc. But when it comes to her, she wants to play the victim, and I just can't stand that kind of shit with her. She plays the victim, and it's irritating as fuck. All right, you guys, and then lastly, day 4. So day 4, we see Karen, and she's just talking to Giselle and explaining to her what happened and how she wants Michael to be vindicated. And the charges, it's not just because the charges were dropped. She wants more than that, with her being a survivor of rape. And then Giselle says, you know what, Karen, I think you need to apologize to Ashley for, for your behavior. And I guess I can understand what Giselle was saying. It's not really what Karen said, it was how Karen said it. And Karen's like, you know what, I can own that, and I can do that. I can apologize to Ashley. So then, Karen sits down with Ashley, and she tells Ashley, like, Ashley, 100%, I didn't want to hurt you. I just wanted you to know where I was coming from, and I wanted to be open and honest with you if we're going to be friends, which I definitely respect that. But I guess Ashley doesn't respect it. And she was just like, I wanted more so than anything, I wanted Michael at that time to apologize to you. And Ashley like, well, he did apologize to me. But then she just backpedals, and I'm just like, oh God, will she shut up? So then Karen says, all the way around, she's concerned about Ashley because she knows what Ashley's going through with her parents in the past, her father currently, and then, the shit with Michael. But she just wants what's best for Ashley. Okay, I really 100% don't give a fuck. Do not give a fuck about Ashley. But, Karen does eventually apologize to Ashley. She's better than I am, because I don't think I would have apologized to her. And then we see them as they go on their last excursion, and they have a good time with each other. And then we go back to Potomac 20 hours later, where Ashley has taken a pregnancy test, and they left us with the cliffhanger, which we know Ashley was pregnant. So that's it for Real Housewives of Potomac. Next week is going to be the season finale. Then we have a 3-part reunion. Are you guys looking forward to a reunion? I know I am 100% looking forward to this reunion. So be sure to like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys later.